What up? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. Today we're going to go over 5 things every programmer struggles with. I got this idea because I was talking to a lot of people that are new to programming, and they were explaining some of the pitfalls they deal with while they've been studying code. And I told them, like, hey, everybody goes through these things. This is how you know you're on the right path. First thing is getting stuck in tutorial hell. It is across the board. Everybody has been here that is self-study or didn't necessarily go to a college. We get stuck in these tutorials, and that's super normal for everybody because we don't know what we're doing and we're just following somebody else, because that is the most common way for people to learn something new, is by following the person before them, right? Our predecessors. And that's how you can fall into the trap of tutorial hell. Have you ever done a tutorial and then went to do your own project and then realized you had no idea where to start? That is what keeps people stuck in tutorial hell. The way to get out of that is to find something to work on your own. Build something that there's not a tutorial for. Think of things, Google it, and figure it out piece by piece. And what this does is this starts to work in your mind to rewire your brain into thinking like a programmer, because a programmer breaks problems down part by part by part, right? One of my favorite sayings was, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And it's the same thing with programming. It's not about knowing the syntax, and it's not about knowing what you need to do, but it's knowing how to break the problem down into parts that you can figure out piece by piece. And that's why building projects is so important, because you do your own research and you learn so much more because you are really just practicing that thought process of breaking things down. Struggle 2. A lot of times people that get into programming realize that there is so much information out there. There's so many different languages, and we get stuck with what language should we be learning. And that's okay, because we all go through this. Everybody's went through this. And I suggest, and I think a lot of my predecessors suggested, that you pick one language, right? You pick one language and you stick to that language and learn it very, very deeply. I think that is a really good route to go, because if you master one language, you can definitely transfer to other languages. I think another really good route is to just learn what you need to learn when you're building that project. And sometimes that's a little bit of different stuff, a little bit of different languages, but either way, it's teaching you something, right? But the point is don't try to master JavaScript and then switch to Python and then switch to C# and then switch to Java and all these different things. Pick a language and stick with it, or pick a project and stick with it, and just focus on what you need to do that project, because you will learn a lot through that. Next up, imposter syndrome. Everybody goes through this. You probably went through this in your life in other aspects as well, and that's okay. And that is, soon they will find out that I am not a real programmer. And I hate to break it to you, they already know we're not a real programmer, because we all feel the same way. I'm just kidding. But everybody feels that way. It's okay. It's a part of the learning process. A lot of us have not been through situations where we felt like we weren't understanding concepts, or we struggled so much to learn something. I know for me personally, I never really struggled academically. I've always been able to not study for things and just figure it out as I go. My whole life, I've been really good at that. Programming has changed that dramatically, right? I can't just jump into something and wing it. I have to think about stuff. I have to break them down. I got to study. I got to read documentation. And it's the first time in my life that I actually had to do stuff like that. It's challenging because a lot of people are that way, that things come to them academically easy. Programming is not one of them, and that's okay. So sometimes it makes you feel like, man, I'm just not good enough. But that's not the truth. We all feel that way. You just got to keep working through it. Next up, scared to fail. This was something that held me back significantly. One of my mentors at Vetsu Code told me that I was scared of failure, and it offended me at first, but really that was the truth. I was scared to try new things because I was scared I was going to break it. I was scared I was going to do something to the computer that I didn't understand how to fix, or ruin something, or delete a FAT32 file. But the reality is, just like in real life, just like with everything in life, failure are just lessons. These are ways for us to learn. We must fail in order to learn. I call it falling upwards, right? You got to keep falling down and learning from your mistakes, and that's how you get better. That's how you learn. You have to go through the failure. You cannot move through your life scared of failure all the time, you will never accomplish anything you really want to accomplish. Anything that is difficult, you must fail in order to learn. And that's okay, because I like to change the word from failure to just a lesson. It's just a lesson for us to learn. And I've had to learn some hard ones in my life for sure. Last one, how to center a div. Every programmer's got to figure this out. And I don't care if you're a junior, a senior, a mid-level, a director, a vice president, you're going to Google how to center a div. It's natural. We all forget sometimes, and it's okay. Don't beat yourself up for it. Googling is a big part of the job. And that's something that was hard for me to grasp early on, is that it's okay to Google the answer. I'm not supposed to retain all this information. I'm just supposed to know how to get the answers. I'm just supposed to know how it all works together. I just need to have a high level understanding of what I'm doing, and I can Google and ask for help for the rest of the stuff. And some of it sticks. Some of it we just keep Googling for the rest of our careers. My cat just blocked the camera, but that's okay. I'm gonna keep going because I don't want to reshoot this. I guess my cat wants to make an appearance on the video. This is Jean Grey. I know you guys have seen her in the past. She likes to drink out of her little fountain over there. She's spoiled. She won't drink out of a water bowl. I have to turn on a fountain in order for her to drink it. So she's always in here throwing rocks at me, trying to get me to pay attention. That's Jean Grey. All right, enough of that. Yeah, so the point is that you are not alone out there when you're learning how to program. These things apply in all different aspects of our life. It's okay. Reach out for help. Hit the comments up. My email's on my page. Write me an email. Get on a Discord server. Find people. All these things are perfectly normal. And if you feel like you're alone while you're learning how to code, you're not doing it right. Reach out to people. There's too many resources out there. There's too many people. But I really want to say thank you to you guys. We've gotten a lot of subscribers here recently. It's really making me happy. It's making me want to take this a lot more seriously. I really appreciate it. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, hit it now. Hit like for this video if it brought you any kind of value. And let me know in the comments if I forgot anything. But I feel like these are the 5 most common pitfalls programmers go through. If I missed some other ones, put them down in a comment. Let me know. Hit like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.